I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with your feeder flash for Tuesday, March the 14th, where everything's opening higher this week. Starting out on Monday, had a really good day in the cash markets and the board. Look at the board was all higher. Feeder cattle contracts were all over $1 higher, well over $1 higher. And your live cattle contracts were moderately higher, but enough to make a little bit of difference. You know, a lot of the contracts were 50-60 cents higher there, but April ending the day on Monday at 117.75, still dragging well behind our latest cash trade, which was 125 to 127. But last week's fat cattle movement on a negotiated basis was 106,700 head, which was large again, but kind of getting used to over 100,000 head negotiated, traded in the 5-area region here of late, but had two big movements, 125 and 140 there, and didn't really expect that big of a movement. But your weighted average prices on a live basis is going to be well over 125, and dress sales are a little over 201.50. But look at some feeder cattle markets on a Monday there. Real-time index gained about a quarter there from the end of Friday, up to 126.18 on an average, based on an 800-pound steer there. Oklahoma City stockyards had 7,100 head, steady to $4 higher on all classes of cattle, especially those two-weight cattle, those cattle that had enough condition to be turned out, or we're also attracting some guys to put in the feedlot, but some 6-weight cattle that could be either feeders or stockers there. Joplin Regional Stockyard had 7,000 head on Monday. Steers $2 to $5 higher. Heifers were mostly steady. One thing of note there in Joplin, they had one of those benefit auctions there, and of course Jackie Moore kicked it off there, donating a steer and then bidding it up to $1,200 on the opening bid there, and then reselling it again, and just started snowballing, and people just pledging money and donating money and buying that steer and selling it back, and guys calling in on the phone, guys that were watching on DV Auction pledging money there, all for the fire relief effort there for the guys in Oklahoma and Kansas primarily there, but also some Texas Panhandle people too. But that's a good deal that they did there in Joplin Regional Stockyards, and there'll be several sale barns be doing that this week. Look at some individual quotes there. You see Joplin had 2 pot loads there of big steers, selling weighing over 1,037 pounds, 94 head of them, bring 120.75, and that's pretty significant if you think about it. That's your feeder flash for Tuesday.